There's a special kind of magic in finding an old car. It might be sitting in a dusty barn. It could be hidden under a forgotten tarp in a field. Some people see a pile of rust and junk, but I see something else entirely. I see a story waiting to be told again. I see the potential for greatness, a diamond in the rough. This is the heart of classic car restoration. It's about more than just fixing up an old vehicle. It's about preserving a piece of automotive history. It's about bringing a beautiful machine back to its former glory. The feeling you get when you uncover a rare find is something truly special. Every classic car has a soul. It carries the memories of every road it has traveled. It remembers every owner who sat behind the wheel. When I look at a neglected classic, I can almost hear the faint echo of its engine. I can imagine the day it first rolled off the assembly line, gleaming and proud. My job, my passion, is to give that car a second chance at life. The hunt for these forgotten treasures is an adventure in itself. You never know what you'll find or where you'll find it. It's a treasure hunt where the prize is a piece of rolling art waiting for its moment to shine again. The journey begins long before the first wrench is turned. It starts with a vision. You have to be able to look past the cracked paint, the torn upholstery, and the years of dust. You need to see the finished product in your mind's eye. Imagine the gleaming chrome, the deep, rich paint, and the purr of a perfectly tuned engine. This vision is what fuels the entire process. It keeps you going through the long hours and difficult challenges. Without that initial spark of imagination, a restoration project might never even get started. It's about seeing the beauty that is hidden, waiting to be rediscovered. People often ask me what I look for in a project car. It's not always about the value or the rarity, though those things are exciting. Sometimes it's about the car's character. Does it have good bones? Is the frame solid? Are the key parts there, even if they need a lot of work? You develop an instinct for these things over time. It's a gut feeling that tells you this car is worth saving. It's a promise you make to the car, to bring it back from the brink and let it cruise the open road once more, turning heads just like it did decades ago. Once the car is back in the shop, the real work begins. This is the teardown phase. It's one of the most critical parts of any restoration. You have to be methodical and organized. Every single part, down to the last nut and bolt, must be carefully removed. We take hundreds of pictures from every angle. We label everything and put parts into organized bags and boxes. This process is like being a detective. You are carefully dismantling the evidence of time, learning how the car was put together, and discovering its secrets, both good and bad. It's a slow and deliberate dance. The teardown reveals the true condition of the car. This is where you find the hidden rust, the worn-out components, and the shoddy repairs from the past. It can be a little scary. Sometimes you find more damage than you expected. But this is also where the real plan starts to form. You create a list of everything that needs to be repaired, replaced, or restored. It's a roadmap for the entire project. This careful disassembly ensures that when it's time to put everything back together, you know exactly where each piece goes. Rushing this stage is the biggest mistake you can make. Some people think the teardown is just about destruction. They see us taking a car apart and think we're destroying it. But it's the opposite. It's a necessary deconstruction. You have to take it down to its bare essence to build it back up correctly. We send the body and frame off to be media blasted. This process strips away all the old paint, body filler, and rust. It leaves you with clean, bare metal. It's like a blank canvas. This is the true foundation upon which the masterpiece will be built. It's an exciting moment, seeing the car in its purest form. During the teardown, you learn so much about the car's history. I once found an old coin from the 1950s that had slipped down behind the seat of a Porsche. Another time, we found a handwritten note tucked into a glove box. These little discoveries connect you to the people who owned the car before. It makes the restoration feel more personal. It's not just a machine anymore. It's a time capsule. You are not just restoring metal and rubber. You are preserving the stories and memories that the car holds within its very frame. It's a humbling and rewarding part of the job. With the car stripped to its bare metal, the real transformation begins. This is where skill, patience, and artistry come together. The first enemy to conquer is rust. Rust is like a cancer for old cars, and you have to remove every last trace of it. This involves cutting out the damaged metal sections and welding in new custom-fabricated steel panels. It's a painstaking process that requires precision and a steady hand. The goal is to make the repair seamless, so that once the bodywork is done, you can't even tell there was ever any rust there. This metalwork is the skeleton of the restoration. After the metalwork is perfect, the bodywork starts. This is where the car's beautiful lines and curves are brought back to life. A thin layer of body filler is applied to smooth out any small imperfections. Then comes the sanding, and more sanding, and then even more sanding. The surface has to be perfectly smooth, like glass. Any tiny flaw will show up under a fresh coat of paint. This stage takes an incredible amount of patience. It's a slow, repetitive process, but it's absolutely essential for a show-quality finish. It's the difference between a good restoration and a great one. Next, the car moves into the paint booth. This is where the magic really happens. Several coats of primer are applied first, followed by more sanding to ensure a perfect base. Then, the color goes on. Watching the paint flow from the spray gun and onto the car is mesmerizing. The color brings the car to life. It gives it its personality back. We apply multiple coats of color and then several coats of clear coat to give it that deep, wet look. The car then bakes in the booth to cure the paint into a hard, durable shell. The result is a flawless, gleaming finish. While the body is being perfected, all the other parts are getting their own attention. The engine is rebuilt from the ground up. The transmission is taken apart and restored. The chrome pieces are sent out to be replated until they shine like mirrors. The interior is completely redone, from the seats and carpets to the dashboard and headliner. Every single component is either restored to its original condition or replaced with a high-quality reproduction part. It's like a giant, complex puzzle with thousands of pieces, and each piece must be perfect before it can be put back. The final assembly is one of the most exciting and nerve-wracking stages. This is where all the perfectly restored pieces come together to form a complete car again. It's the reverse of the teardown, but with much more care. You are now working with freshly painted surfaces and pristine parts. Every bolt is tightened to the correct specification. Every wire is carefully routed and connected. The new glass is installed. The shining chrome trim is carefully clipped into place. You see the car slowly taking shape, transforming from a collection of parts back into the beautiful machine it was meant to be. The moment of truth is when you start the engine for the first time. Everyone in the shop gathers around. There's a moment of silence, and then you turn the key. Hearing that rebuilt engine roar to life is a sound like no other. It's the heartbeat of the car returned. It's a sign that all the hard work, all the long hours, and all the attention to detail have paid off. The car is alive again. From there, we do the final tuning and adjustments, making sure everything works just as it should, from the headlights to the radio. It's a symphony of mechanical harmony. The first drive in a newly restored car is a reward in itself. You feel the smooth power of the engine. You see the world reflect off the perfect paint. You smell the new leather of the interior. It's an experience that's hard to describe. You are not just driving a car, you are driving a piece of history that you helped save. When you take it to a car show, or just for a cruise down the street, people stop and stare. They ask questions. They share their own memories. You've not only created a beautiful object, but you've also created a source of joy for others. For anyone thinking about starting a restoration, my advice is to just go for it. Start with a simple project. Learn as you go. There are so many resources available today, from online forums to car clubs. The satisfaction you will feel is immense. It's not just about the finished car, it's about the journey. You'll learn new skills, you'll overcome challenges, and you'll create something with your own two hands. You will take a piece of forgotten rust and turn it into a rolling piece of art. And that is a feeling that money just can't buy.